in the case now that Mambadlisa is an accused, right? We have to decide a few things. We've decided a few things. We can plead guilty in all the civil disobedience that TAC did. We can plead guilty and say, we're pleading guilty, but these are the reasons we did it. And we'd say that after, as we give evidence in mitigation. Or we can say, we're not pleading guilty, and these are the reasons we're not pleading guilty. So we state the case of the struggle on sanitation. So, Mabadlisa, where do you live again? Site C. She can explain how people in Site C live and give evidence. And the state can cross-examine her on that. And she can say, I didn't want to do this. I was forced to do this because for 4 years we have asked the city of Cape Town to fix the toilets and they haven't done a proper job yet. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? So if we can also challenge the constitutionality of the Gatherings Act, because there were 21 of us arrested. We had chained ourselves, and it was peaceful. There was no violence. And the law says, who's organized the march here before and asked for a permit? Meliswa, what does the law say? That if you organize a protest of more than 15 people, you have to get a permit. It doesn't mean you have to get permission. They can't deny you permission. You must just get a permit to say that you have applied. It's an application. And that they're going to arrange police and traffic to be there. And you have to do some certain things like have marshals and have a convener. And that's reasonable. But on what basis can they say you commit a crime if 50 people gather peacefully on the street? Right? That's an old apartheid law. Came in 93 and existed before 93 as 10 people, more than 10 people. So you remember seeing those black sash ladies with their thingies? Yeah. They used to stand apart from each other and picket. It's the same law. So it's an old apartheid law that is being used. So we're going to ask that that law be declared unconstitutional, that part of the law. Because even, let's say 100,000 people were so angry with Nkandla and they just wanted to come out and show protest, as I think we should do, but that we'll discuss at the end. Right? Assume that. And they just were going out onto the streets peacefully. Just someone says, let's go, and everyone just pitches up. Just imagine that. And they don't commit any violence. They're just there peacefully. Imagine shooting of those people. Imagine beating up of those people. Or imagine them getting arrested. A couple of hundred of them getting arrested and getting a criminal record for doing it. So, in a state that is based on law, this is the principle that I want us to understand. In a state, in a government which is based on any law, that law can be used. That law is mostly used to oppress people. But if you organized, you can use that law to state your case. Make sense? Okay. You can use that law to state your case.
In terms of the Marikana miners, so that law, are they guilty because of violence?
Exactly. Well, they were armed with sticks, and a few had pangas, and one had a gun. They were armed. The Constitution says you have a right to assemble peacefully without arms, right? So that is an offense. but they weren't violent. There was no justification for shooting them.
Okay, so they still have case on that.
They still have a case on that. They have a complete case on that. Because the state says that even when someone is breaking into your house, you cannot just shoot them. They have to pose a direct threat to your life or to the life of someone. So you can take your gun and say, stay. Right? And you call the police and they come and arrest. Does that make sense? But if they have a knife and they rush at you, right? That's what the law says. So if the Marikana people are there with their pangas, and even if they had guns, all of them had guns, but they were peaceful. They just were carrying their guns down, and they were peaceful. They couldn't just shoot at them. They have to ask them to disperse 3 times in a language that they understand. They have to then use water or tear gas. If they lift the gun, if anyone lifts the gun to shoot, you have to shoot in a way that doesn't kill.
Okay.
You have to shoot towards knees.
The rubber bullet.
Sorry?
With the rubber bullet.
With a rubber bullet, not with live ammunition. Does that make sense? Right? So, in that sense, it's important for us to have that law.